Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say night for those of you who are on the eastern seaboard. I hate to do such a thing. I hate to be awoken from my slumber and my relaxation at night. But sometimes people make really dumb mistakes. And then I'm forced to do something I don't really like doing very often because it's mean. But like God said in the book of Job 36:32. And then God fills his hands with lightning and commands it to strike its mark. And unfortunately, for our good friend Dispatch, he's annoyed me. He's annoyed me. For though he judges the nations and provides food in its abundance, he fills his hands with lightning and commands it to strike his mark. The thunder declares his presence, and even the cattle regard the rising storm. But unfortunately for Dispatch, he didn't listen when he heard that thunder coming. He thought he was unstoppable. He thought he was undoxable. That's who Dispatch is. He's this undoxable guy, right? We're all crazy. We can't find out who he is. He is this untouchable super hacker who cannot be stopped. Well, unfortunately for him, I was able to find him in less than 5 minutes simply because he annoyed me. Would you guys like to know who Dispatch is? He wants to post people's jobs and he wants to fuck with people's YouTube channels. So let's do the exact same to him. And let's do it live. So upon checking some indexes in the database at GitHub, I found a very weird connection to a certain email that goes back to a programmer that actually works at Autodesk. You know, the CAD software? And it's really funny because this person is quite prolific on YouTube. They do a lot of videos about Autodesk because they're a representative for Autodesk. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull up some clips of Dispatch talking. And then I'm going to play a clip of this person talking. So let's go back to Dispatch talking with Josh about the file boards. Or let's go with him about policing me. So let's make sure this audio works. I'll download one of these audios and play it for you live on VLC. And hold on, let's get this audio up here. Just open this in VLC and we'll listen to our good friend Mr. Dispatch talking with Josh last night, and then we'll play a video of this programmer that works at Autodesk. For some reason, this audio is not playing right. Huh. Okay, let's test this one out. I played this shit earlier. I gotta restart Discord to get this to work. Run as administrator. Let's see if this shit works now. Okay, so I'll pull up this audio again. Tell me if you guys can hear this. And then I'll turn up the audio on the volume mixer.
Boards that
okay, now it's working. So we're gonna play Dispatch talking with him about policing me.
If he was jacking off to child porn then, he's probably jacking off to it now.
And it's
why don't
probably
you
in
call
the
police on it?
I mean, I don't know. You guys are the ones moral fagging about it.
I don't know.
If Corey thinks that I'm a pedophile,
no fagging argument here.
If Corey thinks that I'm a pedophile, wait, hold up. If Corey thinks that I'm a pedophile and I run child pornography websites, why doesn't he call the police on me instead of having his fucking vigilante streams saying that I'm a pedophile over and over again for
I did call the police on you, and then you cried about it.
Fucking weeks. fucking happens, ever. He has never accomplished anything. He didn't even get me kicked off of stream.me. He had to ask somebody else.
I'm just
Really? Because I'm pretty sure I got you kicked off and you cried your eyes out about it, and I even showed the emails where I got you kicked off earlier. So let's go back to Dispatch talking.
Okay. So my only complaints that I have against this is the fact that the file board itself was not was allowed to continue to have an existence throughout the 4 months there.
So now you've got a good baseline for what Dispatch's voice sounds like. Now, let's do a live insert with this Dispatch person that sounds just like him. Pow. Because this is who Dispatch really is. His name is Xander Luciano, and he's an Autodesk intern, and he's a content developer. Now, let's do some voices and see if Dispatch matches the person that sounds on this voice.
As he's working with Autodesk and doing a lot of his wizardry in programming. So Xander, take it away.
All right, thank you, Wayne. All right, so I'm Xander. Like Wayne said, I'm an intern here. And real quick today, just going over what we're going to talk about. Just going to introduce myself to those of you who don't know who I am or, obviously haven't heard of me. Kind of what I'm doing, my current projects. I've got
Oh man, that sounds a lot like you, Dispatch. Gee, that's really strange.
2 big ones that I want to talk about, and that's going to be the main focus of today. And one is one that you can use right now, and the other is one that I'm going to be starting pretty soon here on Monday, I think. So,
and because I'm not actually posting any addresses, I'm not technically breaking the rules about doxing. See, what I'm actually showing is an informative explanation for what a student is doing at Autodesk, and I'm going to comment on it live.
Real quick, just a quick background. I am a manufacturing engineering student at Cal Poly SLO.
Wow, that's really cool. You go to the SLO school in Cal Poly. That explains a lot.
I am finishing up my 2nd year. This was actually my finals week, so I just finished my exams.
Kim Zoom.
I have
Wow, I can't believe you just finished your exams. You seem like you have a bright future ahead of you at Autodesk.
Apologies for the Discord DM, but thought it was legit get this faggot and nuke him into oblivion.
Thank you for the donation. Let me just pull up the donation page so I can comment to people and thank them for stuff. Stream.me. So, like I said, I'm not breaking any rules technically because I'm not doxing anybody. I'm not posting any addresses or phone numbers or anything. I'm just commenting on a programmer's life. A programmer that had a bright future ahead of himself at Autodesk, but when I get done with him, he won't have a future at Kinko's. Because I don't know if hanging out with Josh has made you delusional, that you actually think Josh is capable of doing anything. He couldn't even finish a semester at college. And you somehow think that it's funny to try and annoy somebody that has a lot of connections in the IT industry and can wipe you the fuck out. Because I actually am close personal friends and a business partner with somebody that knows the CEO of Autodesk. So I can call them tomorrow and let them know what you've been up to. Real smart, buddy. You're a very smart guy. You're an absolute goddamn genius. To try and get on someone else's YouTube channel and spam porn and then think that you're going to somehow remain undoxable. The only reason that I allowed you to exist, Dispatch, is because you amused me. But just like all animals, when they start to bite the hands that feed them, they need to be put down. And I allowed you. I gave you an allowance, as in I allowed you to continue to draw breath in my presence and think that you're something that you're not. You irritated me now. So now I'm going to fuck with you, and I'm going to ruin your life, and I'm going to ruin your job, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it because you pissed me off. I don't think it's funny to fuck with people's life or their livelihoods. Thank you for the donation, Xanath, and thank you for the donation, Mr. Fox. I appreciate it. So let's go on, and we're going to talk about his job. Well, the job that he had.
I've been kind of doing the whole CAD CAM thing for about 6 years. I started as a freshman in high school. I've started with SolidWorks. I'm a CSWP. I did metrology, so reverse engineering and a lot of inspection. And then I also got a lot of kind of just self-taught development knowledge between C++, JavaScript, PHP, kind of just like a whole range of things that I've just kind of taught myself that I was interested in.
Yeah, you know what else you tried to do? You tried to threaten, Stream Me and claim you were going to hack their backend. You did that quite often. I heard that from Ralph. And it's kind of sad because you don't really seem to have any kind of advanced hacking knowledge or expertise. You seem like a shitty intern at an Autodesk place.
And then my
You're just a shitty CAD student. What do you design it? You have some experience with C++ and C Sharp and JavaScript, and you're a PHP developer.
hobbies, I do photography, videography, so making tutorials came pretty easily.
Yeah, did they come pretty easily? Like, how you hang out with a Malaysian guy who feeds his kids by harassing people, or maybe it's in, the fact that you've been hanging out with people that are actually hosting CP. Actually, I have some cool screenshots that I'm going to show you guys that somebody sent me earlier. And I gotta make sure that everything's redacted because I can't have this stuff get back to people. Let's go ahead and zoom in. That dispatch guy admitted to distributing child porn. Oh really? When did this happen? In BC earlier, he admitted to leaking his friend's nudes that were taken when she was underage. Oh god, he's fucked now. Is there a link to this? I think people recorded it. I don't know, but it's probably out there. In which somebody immediately messaged me afterwards and told me that they have the recording. So I'm going to be sure to wrap that up real nice. And I'm going to be sending it to your boss in the morning. And I'm going to let him know that you have been downloading and Thank you for this subscription.
Dude, you are my fucking hero. Get these faggots. Zoom King.
Jeep's
Zoom
not roading, so a lot of custom
destroyed.
fabrication, and that's where the CAD CAM really got exciting for me. I consider work a hobby at this point.
Well, it's going to be a hobby for you because let me just get up my handy dandy notepad. Here's your GitHub where it says that you're a web dev at Autodesk, which you've told people multiple times that you're a web dev. And let's see, here's your LinkedIn. You like to post people's LinkedIns, don't you? Oh yeah, there's your LinkedIn, where you're a CAM developer in the San Francisco Bay Area. You work at Autodesk, and let's see, you got some connections here. We should start finding out. Let's see who vouched for you. Oh, let's see. You get who's Al Wadamak? Let's look for all your endorsers. Let's find one that works at your company. Oh, you worked at Verisurf. I know that you worked at Verisurf because I got that from your email, which I can't show, but I found you in the database, and it says that you worked at Verisurf after you left, your position, and then moved to Autodesk as a CAM developer. That's spamming out my chat isn't going to change the fact that now everybody knows who he is. So now we know who you are, Dispatch, or should I say Kisspatch. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to get the office email, and I'm going to send them the recordings of you. Yeah, I'm going to make sure they get that recording, Kisspatch, along with the other recordings of you. They're going to know, buddy. They're going to know all about your little fapping thing. Oh. Apparently he has some female problems. Where women blocked him. Oh, man. By the way, I found his Instagram. And we also found his Facebook. And do you know how he claims that he constantly claims that he has a girlfriend? Well, he's not with that girl anymore. In fact, there hasn't been a picture of him with this girl since 2016. So apparently she dumped him. because she's just gone. He's by himself from this point on. This guy is completely by himself after that. And does he honestly think that I believe that he's dating this girl from high school when he's getting yelled at by his mom to do his laundry on stream? Beta male. Let's look at his Facebook. Oh man, I'm not seeing any relationship on his Facebook anymore. Says he was a software engineer at VeriSurf and now he's a cam engineer at Autodesk. The last picture of him with this girl was 2014. And then he went to prom in 2013. Let's see, 2012. Dude, why are all these pictures of you with girls? Like, where did all the girls go? Seems like you've become very lonely since you got to college. Not a single picture of you crushing puss at college? Oh, man. Huh. I'm not seeing any girls here, buddy. Oh, look. Oh, look at that nose. Look at that side profile. This is a man who you know is taking charge and crushing puss. What a fucking dork. While we're doing that, see that he's in San Francisco, so let's figure out who's the HR coordinator at Autodesk in San Francisco. Let's see, office locations for Autodesk. Let's pull up this number. So he is at the Landmark. Let's get this number. Add this to the list of things to do in the morning. Of course, off-stream me, because that's illegal. And let's put up a nice picture of dispatch for all of you. Here's a nice picture of dispatch. Nobody hacked Worski's YouTube. Geek Thulu gave out the stream key. He's the only other person that had Andy's stream key, and Andy's been asleep. So clearly Geek gave out the key to these retards, and he deserves to get BTFO'd too. So once I get done with these retards, you're next. Look at this guy. Arf, arf. That's what you're going to be. You're going to be puppy chow in the morning. Let's see. It's going to be a tough day for our good friend Mr. Dispatch. He tried to pretend that he was in Canada. Did you honestly think buying domains in 2cows was going to dissuade me from finding out who you really are, Dispatch? Did you think it was going to work? By the way, if you guys want to know, Geek Thulu admitted it. Don't trust Geek Thulu. He's a snake. He gave out the key because Andy is friends with me. So, good job. Good job there, pal. Sure, I'll update my title. Might as well make it some informative news. Oh yeah, person that gave me this, let's see. Yeah, look at Geek. I'll go ahead and I'll share my I'll do a fucking thing grab, a program grab, so you guys can see my screen. Oh wait, that only grabs Chrome. Hold on, let me grab another one. Just to go ahead and I'll create another one. Window capture. So does that grab Discord? Nope, doesn't. Well, apparently it won't grab Discord. But you can go look in Andy's Warpath Discord, and Geek just said that it was him. So good job, Geek. You're a homo. You're the only one that had Andy's stream key, and that somehow it gets posted. And claiming that you lost access to the channel isn't proof that you didn't do it, because if Andy didn't change the stream key, then you still had it. So quit lying there, Geek. I'm really gonna believe that Geek, the guy that lies about everything, is is gonna sit here and bullshit about everything. So there's your champion there, Cal. Mr. Dispatch is out in the public now. Who else are you gonna protect? Yeah, Dispatch Center. Let's listen to Dispatch talk a little bit more. We'll let's go back to let's see. We'll get Dispatch talking. Trying to answer DMs at the same time. Let's go back to him getting
be a fucking piece of
out.
shit and a nobody is that you can never stand by what you fucking deck.
Nice pants, buddy. You have no proof that
making it
that he is participating in the doxing, and that Dispatch is part of it as well.
Oh, really? Can you send it to me so I can pull it up on screen?
Yeah, drop those.
Yeah.
Bovine Ralph PayPal Facebook Messenger actively working.
Hey, on you. Can't find him talking here, so I'm just gonna go back to all the Discord recordings that I have of him talking. So let's go back to Discord. I don't believe a fucking word that Geek Thulu says. He's a bullshitter and a liar, and I don't believe anything he says. So let's go back to the recordings of him. I gotta pull these up. So we'll go back to him talking.
Okay. So my only complaints that I have against this is the fact that the file board itself was not was allowed to continue to have an existence throughout the 4 months there.
And then let's go back to Xander talking about programming.
I spend a lot of time on it, and I'm going to be an intern for just over a year. It'll be about a year, 2-3 months right now. So I've been doing some pretty cool stuff over my entire internship, and over the course of my internship, what I've kind of done is a lot of video tutorials. So I have a YouTube channel, links right there. If you just go to youtube.com/XanderLuciano, you can see my YouTube page. I have everything from just basic machining videos on my little desktop CNC machine, because it was the only thing that actually fits in the dorm room, and then over to some fusion tips. And those range anywhere between kind of intermediate level, basic levels, but they go very, very fast, I've been told. And I just want to remind people, there's a pause button and there's a half speed button on YouTube, even though it sounds a little funny.
Well, I wish you would have gone half speed before you tried to go after Andy's channel, because now we know where you work. We have your Facebook. We have all of your friends. I have all of your information. I have your address now. You're not John Lunsford or Jason Lunsford like you pretended when you called everything. Your Google voice that you give out to everybody is bullshit. You're not dispatchcommit@gmail.com. You're not dispatchmediacenter@gmail.com. You're Xavier Luciano. You're not going to get away. Have your whole thing with your attendance at your college. Have all of your fucking alumni information that you submitted when you left. It's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for you, Mr. Dispatch. Now I have the information for the HR department at your exact job site, so I can call them in tomorrow. I'm going to send them all the recordings of you talking about all this shit. And, well, I wish you the best of luck with your future as a retard. I'm sorry that being a big, bad, spooky, unstoppable, undoxable, and non-hacker that you tried to be on Cal and on Kiwi Farms didn't work out for you. Because now we know who you are. I don't feel bad for you. And I think you're a fucking piece of shit. And now that you're going to be a homo like that, I'm going to make sure that everybody knows who you are. In fact, I'm going to call you right now live on stream. Let's see if you actually answer the phone. Let's see.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
I'm the one who knocks. Answer the phone, Jason. Answer the phone, Xander.
The Google subscriber you.
Oh, you don't want to answer the phone, Xander? Should I find your mom now? Should I start calling her? Cause I'll do that next. I'll find your mom next, and I'll start calling her round the clock. I'm gonna let her know all about her baby boy. Do you guys think that he'll appreciate that? Do you think he'd be okay with it? I don't know if he would. He apparently really likes a lot of gay music. Here's his SoundCloud, by the way. You know, for somebody that's such an elite hacker, why do you use your real name on all your usernames? That's fucking dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Let's see. So let's start going through his stuff and finding his mom. Let's go back to his old profile pictures. I'm sure his mom commented on something. Who is Mackenzie Hoist? Oh, you know what? This fits perfectly. Do you know why it fits perfectly? Because Dispatch, when you go look at his dispatch commit, where is this shit? Dispatch commit, his GitHub. Where is he? His GitHub. It says that he lives in Texas. See? Texas. And then you go and you look up his Facebook, and it says that he's with Mackenzie Hoist in 2013, and she lives in Texas. God, Dispatch, could you have made this any fucking easier? So that means that you're clearly not from California, you're from Texas, because that's where you went to high school. So that means you live with your parents there. Oh, look at this, Rachel Kruziger. She's from Texas too. Guess that's where your family grew up. Oh. Here's you with your family. I found some family albums too. Yo, you guys are gonna be jealous when you see how cool this guy looks. Check him out. Hold on, let me open this image. Look at what a badass Mr. Dispatch is. Big bad hacker. Holy shit. I am a startled. You guys jealous of that guy? Look at that fucking Jeep. You know what's the cool part about it? Is you can clearly see the license plate. Wow. You're very smart there, Dispatch. You're a regular fucking genius. Oh no 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 no. That should go over well, Dispatch. Let's zoom out a bit and then zoom in even further. Dispatch, what's going on here, bro? 4BTL 495? Thinking that's a family Jeep. It's a nice little house there. Now all we gotta do is find a house that looks like that. Shouldn't be too hard. Probably living with mommy and daddy because we heard you with your mom the other day when you were fixing your computer. And oh, what's this? Tracy Rojas Kurtz. Who is this? Must be a family friend. Looks like this is going to be a fun adventure. Let's do a deep dive and find our good friend Dispatch and where his family lives. Although I don't know if I can do that on air. I might have to step away from the computer for a little while. Might have to mute myself, play some Jeopardy music. And then of course, I won't release your address or anything. I'll just privately message you and tell you, "Hey, I know where you live, and if you don't stop, I'm going to give your address to Andy, and then Andy can sue your parents because the fact that I know this, you live with your mom, and because your mom probably pays the internet bill, she is civilly liable for anything that you do on her internet connection. So if you get Andy's channel banned, she can sue you. She can be sued because of your dumb shit." So Andy, everybody laughs about Andy suing Jared Holt. Andy could sue you. And we know you were involved, Dispatch, you and your little Malaysian friend. So he could just sue you for civil damages. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel bad for you. Why would I? You're such a big bad guy. You're sitting there on... You know what he did this morning, guys? You want to see what he did this morning? Because, he's so dumb, he thinks that I don't get made aware of everything that he does. Do you know what he did this morning? I'll show you. This is what he did this morning. See how you can't let people like him get away with anything? You can't give them a moment's hesitation. You tear them up root and stem, and you don't feel bad for anything that happens. You can't let people like this exist. You have to wipe them out immediately before they get a chance to make up a story or get away with something. You just can't let it happen. Now, me, I'm a very calm person. Do you see me being angry? Do you see me raising my voice? I'm in a very relaxed, calm demeanor. And that's where it gets scary. Because when I'm calm, that's the last thing you want me to be, Xander. Because I'm a nice guy. I'm a swell guy. And I'm usually pretty nice to my friends. I'm sure Andy could vouch for that, and the anime mafia can vouch for that. I'm a really laid back, calm dude. I'm super nice to all my friends. I don't do anything to anybody that doesn't deserve it. But I'm going to tell you something, Xander. I gave you a chance to just walk away. The same chance that I gave Tonka. I said, walk away and I'll forget you exist. And your response to that was, nah, I'm going to go do some gay ops with Josh. A guy who is so terrified of trainees and people fucking with him that he's hiding in the Ukraine right now. So, at this point, I feel like if you want to do gay ops, then you should be able to handle the storm that comes afterwards. And believe me, it's coming. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this up now. Andy just tweeted about this. Geek was the only one that had my stream key. And now I see this. I have 2-step auth, so that would be impossible. Geek is also trying to use my dox against me with 2 guys who work for me. So now Geek is trying to dox SoCal Chris and AG Luck too. Good job, Geek. You're being a real piece of shit today. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad what's going to happen to Geek next. You can do that, Medicare Fembot. You're one of the good ones. I'm really relaxed now. And that's, like I said, that's a bad thing. Because I know a lot of people on Cow and on Kiwi farms, they seem to have deluded themselves that like I'm not what I say I am, and it's very amusing to let people know that. They don't realize what the reality of it is. It's just they don't get it. I'm gonna pull a vote in here. How many people in here are Doctor Who fans? Let's do a poll. Everybody in here a Doctor Who fan? Seriously? Nobody? Oh, you guys need to step it up. That's a fucking quality show. I'm not talking about the one with the woman. That is the worst Doctor Who I've ever seen. I'm talking about everything before the 13th Doctor. I don't consider the one with the woman Doctor Who. That ain't a woman, and that is just a terrible show. I'm talking about everything from the 12th behind that, not the SJW one. That's not Doctor Who. I'm going to pretend it doesn't even exist. I'm talking about like David Tennant, Matt Smith, all the older ones.
Restreaming
Baker.
to the tubes.
I'm talking about the real doctors, not the lady Doctor Who. That's just terrible. Oh my god. I watched one episode and I was like, I'm never watching it again. One of my favorite quotes is from the 10th Doctor. And it's talking about why the Doctor spent the entire episode avoiding them and not really showing the truth and going out of his way to not fuck with them. He just kind of humored them and never really did anything directly to fuck with them. And it was one of the scariest things that ever happened on the show. and they say he never raised his voice. That was the worst thing. The fury of the Time Lord. And then we discovered why. Why this doctor who had fought with gods and demons, why he had run away from us and hidden. He was being kind. And that's what I've been with Dispatch. I just ignored him out of kindness. And everybody doesn't realize that when I do what I do on here and I fuck with people, I don't do it to be an asshole. You guys need to watch the show. It's a great fucking show. But that's the truth. I do what I do not to get attention or for people to feel bad about the, person that I'm fucking with. When I go after somebody, it's because they deserve it. And I do it because it's right. Now, there's a lot of people who think it's fucked up to mess with Dispatch. But he is going out of his way to fuck with Andy and cause him to get banned off of YouTube. Getting Andy banned off of YouTube for what? Because he didn't even have anything to do with this? Why is Geek giving out the stream key to people that are trying to fuck with Ralph? What did Ralph and his disagreement with that have to do with Andy? If anything, Geek, you're just taking the opportunity to fuck with people because you want to have attention. And it's so obvious that Geek did it because he's the only person that had the key. SoCal Chris doesn't have manager access to the thing. Neither does fucking AG Luck. I don't have any access to Andy's channel. So the only person that has the key is you, Geek. So once I get done with Dispatch, you'll be next. And I was able to find Ian in Malaysia. I was able to find fucking Fake Ross in Taiwan. So once I get done with that, I'll go after that retard Gunt poster too. And then we're going to see about getting Josh out of the Ukraine since he wants to work with these people as well. And that's what's going to happen. That's how things are going to go down. So yeah, let's play some cool music, play you guys out, and then I'm going to burn these motherfuckers to the ground because tomorrow's working day, and I'm sure you're going to be there at Autodesk in the morning. So I hope you'll enjoy when you get called down to HR there, pal. Get some good music going. By the way, for people that asked, that's how I know Dispatch was involved. This was his chat on YouTube.